How do you try and stay one step ahead?
Reading, experimenting, and
If you lost everything today, including all your contacts and all of your knowledge, but you could tell yourself one job role to get into, what job role would that be? What makes you excited about specifically not family, but about work and business? Hi, so today I'm joined with Neil Patel. I don't think he's someone that needs much introduction to the SEO and the digital marketing community. Pleased to meet you, Neil. How's things?
things are great. How are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. So we'll dive straight in with regards to, there's quite a few business and kind of family type questions. So the first question that I got from the community was, when you receive negative feedback, how do you personally handle that?
Yeah, I tend to just look at it from a very neutral standpoint. If it's negative feedback on the business, or let's say it's something that we're doing wrong, I don't ever look at things as, hey, I want positive feedback. I actually like the negative feedback. And the reason being is fixing negative feedback is assuming it is true or you have enough of it to validate that enough people have this concern. Fixing it usually means you can get more growth. So I look
Yeah,
at it as an opportunity. But if someone's just giving negative feedback like, Neil, I don't like how you have no hair. You look ugly without any hair. I just ignore it. I can't fix that, you know? I have no hair.
yeah,
So as long as it's productive and it's related to the business and I can end up using it to improve the business, I embrace it. I love it.
yeah. I mean,
I
that's a
wish I
great
got more
answer.
and more.
The negative feedback can be a fuel, and then with regards to trolls, probably better just blocking and ignoring those. So the next one is, some people are asking, do you ever get involved in hiring and firing of your staff, even at the middle management level, not just like your kind of technicians, but the middle management? Do you get involved in hiring and firing or not?
Depends what roles. Marketing, that's reporting to me, yes. But for most mid-level roles, no, not at our size and scale. I used to. I do deal with executive hirings. Like I was talking to one of my colleagues who runs EMEA for us, and we are talking about a potential hire for China.
Right. Okay. And then with regards to the culture, so there's quite a lot of people. The bigger the kind of company starts to become, it's fine. Obviously, let's say you at the top and kind of trying to put the culture down to the working and the technicians. Do you have any sort of like cultural architects, or is there anything specifically that you try to do to improve the happiness of staff?
Not really. And it's not that we don't as a company, I just don't. I don't spend much time on culture. The area I spend most of my time is on mergers and acquisitions, working with clients and working with potential clients. But we do have a whole team that focuses on culture because I think it's very important. If you have a terrible culture, your business isn't going to do well. You know, for example, we were looking at a company to buy a few weeks ago. Great business, read the Glassdoor reviews, and they just had terrible culture, and you could see that within the comments. And right away, we emailed back the company and we said we're not interested.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here's quite a good one. It'd be interesting to see what your thoughts are on this. If you lost everything today, including all your contacts and all of your knowledge, but you could tell yourself one job role to get into, what job role would that be?
Private equity. I would
Private
go
equity.
focus on finance, learning the ropes, buying companies, growing, and then if I worked at a company long enough, like a private equity fund, eventually I would try to go raise my own fund based on the track record I have at the previous fund.
Great answer. And you've obviously got kids. You're a father. How do you balance your work and family commitment and time management?
Yeah, so I don't do something where it's like at this time I'm with kids and this time I'm working and then this time. I actually just look at it as how can I encompass family throughout my daily life? And what I mean by that is I get to work from home. All right, do I have family around me? Great. Can I figure out how I can engage with them in between phone calls? Can I make sure I eat dinner with them if I'm at home without cell phones or anything like that? Do you want to read to them? Do you want to put them to sleep? But it is a balancing act. And the biggest thing I look at isn't necessarily how much time I spent. I look at how much quality time I'm getting in. There's a lot of people who say I spend 3 hours, 4 hours a day with my kids, but then they're on their phones. They're not really talking to them. They're not understanding how their day went. They're just there, and their kids are there, and they're watching TV. When I spend time, I want to be in 110%. I want to give it my all. My attention's there, not being distracted, not checking emails, not picking up phone calls. And that's a big thing I do. I don't necessarily spend as much time as others, but when I am spending time, I'm devoting 110% of my time.
Yeah. Quality time is important. Like you said, you've got to be present while you're there. So, do you ever worry about? Obviously, you've got quite a bit of money now. Do you ever worry of upbringing, spoiling the kids, or do you want them to be entrepreneurial? Like, what's your kind of mindset with regards to how you're bringing the kids up?
Don't want them spoiled. Want them to learn hard lessons in life. Want the hunger in there. But the biggest thing is I don't really have any expectations. Let them live and be kids, and just try to raise them
Yeah,
as good as possible. And if they want to be a teacher, let them be a teacher. You want to be a policeman, be a policeman. If you want to be a firefighter or astronaut, go for it. I don't really care if they do something that makes money or not. I'm not saying money is not important. I'm not saying I'm rich or anything like that, but I've had enough luck on my side. I'm knocking on wood. Hopefully, the luck continues. Where if my kid isn't able to, necessarily get a home, I can help them out. If they're like, I want to be a doctor and I want to volunteer all my time in Africa and help other people who are sick, I'll be like, great, go and do it. And I'll help them out with the basic necessities. But if my kid said, I want to stay at home and do nothing, I'd be like, cool, you're on your own and go figure it out. I just want them to be passionate about something that's good,
yeah,
and hopefully they're just try to help other people and do something that they love.
yeah. So the previous podcast we did on the ODYS podcast, me and you got into some discussions on investment, and there's quite a lot of positive feedback. Um, what's next for you with regards to investment? Are you looking specifically for any type? Are you looking at digital assets? Are you looking at SaaS products? Are you looking into AI? What, with regards to investment, is next for you? What's your portfolio that you're needing to try and grasp and get hold of?
Yeah, so we look for SaaS products within marketing, and we look for agencies. Those are usually our two bread and butters. That's really it.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find more and more of them that we can tuck in.
What about retirement? Do you think you could ever retire?
No, I think I'm addicted to work. It also
Yeah.
gives me purpose.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the biggest reasons I love working is I have some sort of purpose, and the
Yeah.
purpose makes me happy.
So in the morning, what gets you out of bed and excites you in the morning? Is it like the profit and loss sheets? Is it AI now, the advancements, innovative? Like what makes you excited about specifically not family, but about work and business?
The challenges. How do you grow during a bad economy? How do you keep scaling globally? It's overcoming things that are hard. When things are easy and they're just going up and to the right, I don't enjoy it as much as the challenges.
Yeah.
I like the
And then
emotional roller coaster that entrepreneurship provides.
yeah, for sure. And then obviously there's a lot of challenges at the moment. There is a lot of up and downs. There's a lot of new innovation that's coming out. So how does Neil Patel stay ahead of the game, ahead of the marketing in an evolving industry? How do you try and stay one step ahead?
Reading, experimenting, and networking. I read a lot every single day. I run tons of experiments. My team does as well, so I'm learning from both. And two, networking. Like I go to events and conferences, meet tons of other people, and then go from there.
Yeah. And then what would you say in business? What's your biggest regret that if you can think of one thing that you regret in business that you think, I mean, it could be something that you didn't do or something that you did do. What's your one biggest regret in business?
I don't have one biggest regret. I have two. One is not focusing enough. I've been doing this for 20 plus years now. If I stuck with the same business from when I was a kid, I would have had a much bigger business. The second big regret is not focusing on a big enough TAM. TAM stands for total addressable market. The bigger the TAM, the easier it is to make money. creating these niche businesses sucks. The riches is not in the niches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then what about if there's one thing that you wish you'd done sooner, what would that have been?
Hiring amazing people who have done it before. Your job as an entrepreneur, you don't have to figure it all out. It's just your job is really to hire people who have done it before and can go execute on it again.
Well, Neil, it's been an absolute pleasure. There's going to be one or two other videos that we're going to move on with regards to AI and a few other subjects, but it's been a pleasure in interviewing you.
Thanks.